You are listening to a BeachGlass Media podcast.
Unbelievable news. Donald J. Trump is once again the president of the United States. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Trump is officially the 47th president. And in just 2 weeks, the world is slowly going back to normal. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I once again can say ladies and gentlemen to refer to human beings without the fear of being lectured by a high blood pressured hobbit looking individual that has been lurking under the freeway overpasses, foaming at the mouth, waiting to explain to me about the non-conforming gender binary people whom are underrepresented in society. But yes, back to normal. Once again, only women can give birth. Once again, only women can breastfeed. Once again, men don't have periods. Once again, 2 + 2 = 4. And once again, the rainbow represents God's promise to the world that he will never, ever again flood the earth, killing everything in sight. So yeah, America is finally standing up to say, enough with the gay stuff already. Unfortunately, with Trump back in office, right-wing extremism is on the rise, sources say. New poll suggests men now want to raise their children. And if that's not extreme enough for you, it gets worse. Men also want to raise their children, get this, with their wives. How horrific is that? Fortunately, feminists are working hard around the clock to fix this problem. That's right. A new report states feminists are getting close on figuring out how to get pregnant without the use of a sperm cell. Left-wing extremism is also on the rise. Except instead of raising families, they are raising their fingers onto their keyboards and onto Facebook and playing the hot new social media game called the I Hate Trump More Than You game. In the I Hate Trump More Than You game, the objective is simple. Virtue signal to your friends about how much you hate Trump on Facebook. The winner of the game wins a trophy with a plaque that reads, I hate Trump. The loser of the game receives a trophy with a plaque that reads, I love Trump. No need to worry though. Even if you win or lose, all participants in the game receives a participation trophy, reminding you that the game is ultimately useless because no matter if you manage to win, in the end, you're still a loser. In better news, there's a new Nazi in town. Yeah, and in even better news, the new Nazi movement is now open to a broader audience. In the olden days, you had to pledge allegiance to a National Socialist with an itty-bitty black mustache under the nose. However, in the year 2025, to signal your allegiance to the new Nazi movement, all you have to do is wave your hand. Have you ever in your life waved your hand? Congratulations, you're a Nazi. What? You don't like being called a Nazi? Well, there is a way out. Just hop onto Facebook and play the I Hate Trump More Than You game. It's the only way out. That or cut off your arms. Lastly, at the National Prayer Service following Trump's inauguration, somehow a woman became a bishop. And somehow that so-called bishop went woke. And somehow this walking contradiction of a woman claimed that there is such a thing as trans children. When asked, how is any of this possible? Her response was, quote, anything is possible when you book burn the Bible. Yes. Now, Let us pray. Dear genderless God, you see with your queer eyes that our prisons are full. Mighty non-binary God, can you please update the 10 Commandments to make murder and crime okay? Please make murder okay. But please, holy genderless God, please make murder okay for the black community first, though. This we pray in the name of Karl Marx. Amen. End quote. My name is Andrew Reyes, and this is Faith and Politics. All right, welcome back to Faith and Politics. I am your host, Andrew Reyes. I got sick last week. Man, I thought I was dying. But thankfully, I finally feel like I'm back to normal. I got my voice back, so now I can podcast again. Oh, it was a terrible illness. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Well, maybe Kamala Harris? But I digress. If you're new to the podcast, please like, subscribe, share the show with a friend, give a 5-star rating. I would really appreciate that. And, follow Faith and Politics on the new Instagram page. That is where I plan on communicating with anyone who's interested in communicating with me. Drop me a line. I don't bite. Anyway, let's move on to today's episode where I'll be talking about the COEXIST bumper sticker and I'll be talking about immigration. On today's episode of Faith and Politics, episode 12, the COEXIST bumper sticker. Part 1, the COEXIST bumper sticker. All right, so that's what I'm talking about today. The COEXIST bumper sticker. I still remember seeing this bumper sticker when I was in my early teenage years. It was probably around the early 2000s, and I'm sure if you lived in a major city in the U.S., you've probably seen one of these bumper stickers too. When I first saw it, though, I thought, okay. I recognize the cross. It's the cross that Jesus was crucified on. And I was like, okay, I see the Jewish star, or, the Star of David, if you will. I used to draw it because I thought it was cool how it was basically two triangles, one facing up, one facing down. Then you put them on top of each other. And I'm like, oh, cool. That's how you do the Star of David. And also in this COEXIST bumper sticker, I remember seeing the yin-yang symbol because, just like any other kid that liked to draw, I remember drawing that symbol too. It was a circle with a S shape and then two circles, and then you color one dark. Anyway, let's see. The bumper sticker, it also has a peace sign on it. And come on. We all know the peace sign. Because, all the hippies from the 70s turned into school teachers. And, of course, they kept pushing the make love, not war, man. Make peace and love, man. You got some reefer, man? Far out. Hey, let's get matching tattoos, man. Yeah, it's all about having fun. Anyway, what am I doing? And that's all I basically knew at the outset. And I thought, okay, COEXIST. I think it basically means it's trying to say, hey, let's all get along. Peace and harmony in all the world. I remember hearing that song on Peppa Pig because, I have kids and they used to watch Peppa Pig. And there was a song where all the little animals, they got together and they were like, peace and harmony in all the world. Anyway, peace and harmony in all the world. So that's what I thought about with that whole COEXIST bumper sticker. And I still see it around to this day. It's still out there. It's coexisting. Anyway, I figured that the man or the woman who put this bumper sticker on their car, at best, just sort of wished for world peace, Probably got sick and tired of the seemingly endless wars going on around the world. And you know what? I don't blame them for feeling that way. I really don't. But, turns out quick research tells us that the COEXIST bumper sticker originated from a 2000 art competition entry. It was an art entry. I guess that was a competition going on by a Polish graphic designer named Piotr Mlodezeniak. Sorry I butchered that, but yeah, it's some weird letters, like a Z with a thingy on top. The L has a slash through. Anyway, the image was designed to represent religious tolerance. And originally, it only portrayed a Muslim crescent with the letter C. The Star of David was used for the X. And then the cross was used for the letter T in the word coexist. Then, later on, it evolved with the use of the peace sign, the yin-yang symbol. Then it had the male-female symbol. And it also had a pentagram to dot the I in the word coexist in one of the renderings, I guess to... we want the Satanists involved in the coexist movement or whatever you want to call it. The graphic. Basically, a designer kept adding on to it to try to include basically every differing worldview. And once again, the idea being, hey, let's all just coexist and get along. Peace and harmony in all the world, yada, yada, yada. Now, excuse me, I'll admit, in a perfect world where you could have 3 wishes granted by a blue genie from a magic lamp, yes, world peace would be a great wish to use. But since we don't live in a magical fairy tale with peace and harmony in all the world and all that, why should we think that a well-wishing bumper sticker could possibly solve all the world's problems? I mean, yeah, let's be clear. Like the idea has great intentions, all right? Don't get me wrong. It has great intentions. But pragmatically, it makes little to no sense, okay? So the creator of the original COEXIST design focused on the 3 major world religions, right? Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Christianity, of course, focuses on Jesus as God who became human, died, and resurrected in order to wash away our sins. In Judaism, yeah, they also believe that, they believe in the God of the Bible. That's the one true God, which, Christians also acknowledge that. Both Christians and Jews believe in the Old Testament, and they believe, both Christians and Jews do believe that the Jews are, in fact, God's chosen people that he uses to tell his story. However, slight difference. The Christians continue the story, so to speak, with the addition of the New Testament in the Bible. The Jews don't believe Jesus was the Son of God or the Messiah, but Christians do. Because, Jesus fulfilled pretty much every Old Testament prophecy. So, I'm always a little bit confused why the Jews don't consider that Jesus was the Messiah. Yet, Jews do claim to be waiting for the Messiah. But you know what? I'm going to have to save all that for another episode. Let me get back to the topic here. Islam believes in a different version of God referred to as Allah, which, I'll be honest, I don't believe that they believe in the same God that the Christians believe in the Bible because, well, when you ask the followers of Islam about Jesus, their main response is, oh yeah, Jesus was a good prophet, and that's pretty much it. Which there seems to be a contradiction because Jesus basically prophesied about being killed and then coming back to life, which, Muslims don't believe that Jesus rose from the dead. So that kind of makes them believe that Jesus is a bad prophet. So why say he's a good prophet, but if he prophesied that he would die and come back to life and they don't believe that prophecy, that doesn't make him a good prophet according to Islam, right? Anyway, all that to say, I'm just trying to point out that there's contradictions here. There's contradictions within major religions. And to simply say, hey, let's all get along, as if to say, hey, let's just set all differences aside. Well, that's just some wishful thinking right there. That would be like someone saying, come on, the Green Bay Packers are the best football team of all time, no contest. Let's just move on and get along. Or that would be like saying, hey, look. We all know women are the worst drivers out on the road. So yeah, let's just move it along. Let's all sing Kumbaya. You just can't make a massive claim and then expect everyone to just go along with it and follow suit. You would have to believe that you had some kind of moral superiority above everyone else in the world. A moral superiority above these people that hold one of these major religions as their personal worldview, and then just simply say to them, hey man, forget about everything you hold near and dear to your heart. Just drop it. Forget it all. And let's just coexist, man. Just coexist, man. Yeah. I don't know why I gave that person a little surfer accent there. Let's just coexist, man. Anyway, I get it. There is a lot of unrest in the Middle East. A lot. And it's been that way for a very long time. Land disputes, certain ethnic groups being displaced. I know it is very complicated, and I wish I knew what the best solution is, but I don't. But when it comes to the Middle East issue between, Israel and, the Hamas terrorist group, I think Dennis Prager of Prager University, he sums it up best when he describes the conflict in the Middle East. He's known to try to make things short and sweet and simple, even though, I know that it's not that simple, but it's a complicated issue. But this is what he says. He says, basically, one side wants the other side dead. And then this quote by a person named Golda Meir says that, this is kind of what I've come to believe is this quote right here. It says, if the Arabs put their weapons down today, there would be no more violence. If the Jews put down their weapons today, there would be no more Israel. End quote. And that was paraphrased by Benjamin Netanyahu. Last point that I want to make about this COEXIST bumper sticker is that COEXIST has this pretentious conception that all religions are the same. It's simply arrogant to say that all religions are the same, though, because they're not. Christianity says that the way to heaven is through the grace of God. In Judaism, it's by your actions and motives. And in Islam, it's by works or good deeds and rituals. You know, there are differences. And you can't just tell everyone it's all the same, because it's not. If you wanted to be completely honest with yourself and with the major world religions, what I think you would have to do is you would have to personally submit to all the religions. And I mean, like, really devoutly practice all the religions for at least a year each. And then, maybe then, give us your opinion of each religion. But I doubt anyone would do that. Instead, I would recommend going to the source documents, the texts that could give you an accurate depiction of, you know, these major faith leaders. And I've concluded Jesus is the most reliable, most trustworthy. But, you know, to say that the COEXIST bumper sticker is, you know, what would I say when I see that sticker on a car driving down the street? This is what I would say. I would say, nice try. The world is not a better place because of the COEXIST bumper sticker. The existence of the COEXIST bumper sticker, maybe it at minimum gives someone or gives people something to think about. But is it solving the world's problems? No. To say that all religions are the same, or that all the worldviews are represented on that COEXIST bumper sticker, to say that all those images and those symbols on the sticker, that they're all the same, no matter which worldview you choose, that is just the most arrogant, pompous, pretentious view anyone could ever espouse. Now let's move on to part 2. Part 2, illegal immigration. Okay, illegal immigration. This has been one of those hot button topics since Trump's inauguration. However, it should be no surprise that Trump's administration is actually deporting a bunch of illegal migrants. Are you shocked? Well, you shouldn't be. I mean, Trump campaigned on deporting illegal migrants. I mean, really, you can't blame him, especially after Joe Biden left the border wide open for 4 straight years. I mean, all I'm saying is that this should be no surprise. Okay? I know what you're thinking. Andrew, how could you be in favor of, you know, those little doe-eyed baby migrants being deported? They just want a chance to have a good life here in America and not be murdered by the corrupt, dangerous countries they fled. Oh, the horror. They fled persecution. They fear for their lives. Andrew, have some sympathy. I do have sympathy. Please, come on in. I mean, legally. Immigration, I believe, is a really good thing. It's great. I love it. We should have more immigration. I want more of it. But it has to be done the right way. That's all I'm saying. And should we deport criminals? Yes. We don't want you, okay? I mean, if you're a criminal listening to this podcast, we don't want you, okay? Nobody does. And guess what? Deportation is nothing new. I don't understand why everyone is getting their panties in a twist when America has been deporting illegal migrants since sliced bread. Look, I found these facts online. Check this out. These are facts. Between 1993 to 2001, under Bill Clinton's administration, approximately 870,000 people were deported during his tenure. Between 2001 and 2009, under George W. Bush's administration, about 2 million individuals were deported. You're probably thinking, whoa, 870,000 to 2 million? That's a lot. But check this out. Between 2009 to 2017, under Mr. Can Do No Wrong Obama's presidency, approximately 3.2 million people were deported. Yeah, I don't remember hearing an outcry about Obama's record of deportations. And in 2017 to 2021, under Trump, around 1 million deportations. But everyone cries all of a sudden when it's Trump doing it. Yet all these presidents in the past, there has been mass deportations in the past in this country. And why are we shocked? That's just part of having a country. You keep your citizens in, you get rid of people who are not citizens. I mean, it's just common sense. And let's get another thing straight. Trump's not deporting little babies and toddlers and ripping families apart like the mainstream media would have you believe. No, they are going after dangerous criminals. Criminals. I don't understand how some people love criminals so much. I mean, it's kind of like the women that say, don't, they get with like some rough dude in a relationship with like a rough guy who's maybe physically abusive, and they're like, no, don't worry, I can change him. Don't look at all those face tattoos and all the Satan tattoos, and he's a really good guy. Yeah, okay, it's a gang sign on his chest there, but no, don't worry, I can change him. These like the woman talking about her thug boyfriend. He hits me because he loves me. Yeah, they're criminals, killing people, making people's lives miserable, and whatnot. But no, deep inside, they're angels. Trust me. They're angels. They vote Democrat. They're good people. Give me a break. All right, check out this clip about ICE busting these outstanding, overachieving migrants. Which, ICE agents, they've been arresting a lot of people over the past 2 weeks. Check this video out. It's a small little clip.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
I mean, yeah. If you have multiple arrests, like, come on, what are you even doing here? Another thing that I liked that was in the news recently, Trump did something cool last week. Okay, he used a military jet to send a bunch of Colombian criminals. You know, they're in the country illegally, and he shipped them back on a flight back to Colombia, where they came from, because, well, we don't want them. And then the socialist president of Colombia said, "We're not taking them. How dare you send them back here?" And then Trump was like, "Okay, fine. Well, we're just going to tariff the living daylights out of you, okay? You're going to have tariffs. You're going to have to pay more to get your stuff shipped to America." And then Colombia's response was, okay. Well, let's not get too crazy here. We'll take back our criminals, but I'll have you know, we don't like you, Trump. And Trump was like, "Okay, I win." I mean, if not even Colombia wants these criminals where they're from, why should the U.S. house them? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. But that's America under Trump, is that, you know, he's just using common sense. If you're in this country illegally committing crimes, you're out. Plain and simple. It's not even controversial. It's just simply the law being enforced. Here's another clip. This is the last clip. This is audio of, I guess, Selena Gomez filmed herself crying. She was sad that the criminals can't continue committing crimes. They can't continue raping and stealing and sex trafficking and murdering. So she filmed herself crying about it. Check it out.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Yeah. Turns out she took the video down shortly after, probably because shedding tears for criminals that are hurting Americans it's not a very good look after all. Yeah. Well, I've been going on too long. That's all I have to say on today's episode of Faith and Politics, because once again, I went longer than I anticipated. But thanks again for joining me on this podcast. Thank you for listening. Please support the podcast by liking, subscribing, leaving a 5-star rating, and please follow the Instagram page. I'll probably put the link down in the show notes, so check that out. And like I said, I'm trying to put up episodes weekly, so please stay tuned. Thank you for listening. And don't forget, keep up the faith.